Most men think women test men to control them. That's wrong. Women test men to feel safe, to understand emotional strength, and to see who you really are when pressure shows up. And the scary part? Most of these tests are invisible. You don't even realize you're being tested until you fail. Let's start. Test number 1. She disagrees with you on purpose. She suddenly challenges your opinion, even on something small. Not because she cares about the topic, she's watching how you handle disagreement. Do you get defensive, raise your voice, try to dominate, or instantly back down to please her? What she's testing is emotional stability. A man who can stay calm, grounded, and confident without needing validation passes instantly. A man who reacts emotionally, in her mind, he just failed a future stress test. And once a woman sees emotional instability, attraction quietly drops. Test number 2. She pulls back communication. Suddenly slower replies, shorter messages, less enthusiasm. This isn't always loss of interest. Many times it's a character test. She wants to see, do you panic? Do you overtext? Do you chase for reassurance? Or do you stay centered in your life? A man who stays busy, calm, and self-directed sends one powerful signal. My life doesn't collapse without attention. That's deeply attractive. Chasing, complaining, or emotional pressure, that signals insecurity and fails the test. Test number 3. She mentions other men casually. This is subtle. She'll say something like, "My coworker said this today," or "A guy friend helped me with something." She's not trying to make you jealous. She's observing. Do you feel threatened? Do you compete? Do you interrogate? Or do you stay relaxed and confident? Confidence isn't loud, it's calm. When you don't react emotionally, her subconscious reads, "This man doesn't fear replacement," and that creates respect, which attraction feeds on. Here's the part most men miss. These tests are not about being alpha or acting tough. They're about self-control, emotional strength, and internal security. And the next test is the one that eliminates most men completely without them ever realizing it. If you're still watching, you're already ahead of most people. Make sure you're subscribed, because missing the next part means missing the biggest mistake men make. Test number 4. She shares a small problem and watches your response. She tells you something minor but emotional. A bad day, a conflict with someone, feeling confused or overwhelmed. This is not a request for fixing. She's testing emotional intelligence. Most men fail here by jumping straight into solutions, minimizing her feelings, saying, "It's not a big deal." What she's actually watching: can you listen without ego? Can you stay present without controlling? Can you validate emotions without losing yourself? A man who listens calmly and responds with clarity feels safe. A man who tries to rescue or dismiss feels weak or disconnected. Safety builds attraction quietly. Test number 5. She delays commitment or clarity. She avoids labels. She says things like, "Let's just see where it goes," or "I don't want to rush." This is not confusion. This is a pressure test. She wants to see, will you wait patiently without resentment? Will you pressure her emotionally? Will you abandon your boundaries to keep her? Men who pass don't chase certainty. They continue living purposefully. Men who fail start negotiating affection. And once a man negotiates his value, attraction collapses. Test number 6. She teases or lightly disrespects you. A joke at your expense, a playful jab, a sarcastic comment. This is a respect test. She's checking. Do you get offended? Do you overreact? Or do you handle it with calm humor? The strongest response isn't aggression or submission, it's grounded playfulness. When you don't take small disrespect personally, she feels your emotional depth. That's rare, and rarity increases value. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't test men to hurt them. They test men to filter out instability before emotional investment. And the final test. This one decides whether she sees you as a temporary experience or a long-term man. Most men never even realize it's happening. Test number 7. She pulls back when things feel good. Just when connection feels strong, she becomes quieter, replies slower, less available. This is the most powerful test. She's checking one thing. Do you lose your center when attention decreases? Most men fail here. They overtext, ask, is something wrong? Seek reassurance, try to recreate the closeness. That tells her your emotional stability depends on her. A man who passes does something different. He stays calm. He doesn't chase energy. He continues his life without drama. Silence doesn't trigger him. It reveals him. And when she feels that you're emotionally complete with or without her, attraction quietly deepens. Here's the psychological pattern behind all these tests. Women are not testing how much you like them. They are testing how you handle pressure, uncertainty, and emotion. Attraction doesn't grow from words. It grows from behavior under stress. A subtle reminder here. If content like this helps you understand behavior instead of guessing emotions, you already know what to do. The smartest men don't binge randomly. They stay connected to clarity. Now comes the truth most people avoid. When a man fails these tests, she doesn't argue, she doesn't explain, she simply loses interest. Not because he was bad, but because he didn't feel grounded. And once interest drops, logic won't bring it back. Here's the part most men never hear. Passing these tests is not about doing anything special. It's about not breaking character. Women don't fall for perfection. They respond to emotional consistency. When a woman tests you, she's subconsciously asking, can I feel safe around his emotions? Does he stay the same under pressure? Is his confidence real or situational? That's it. Every test you've heard, silence, disagreement, teasing, boundaries, independence, they all measure one core trait, emotional self-control. A man who controls his reactions controls attraction, not by manipulation, not by dominance, but by stability. Here's the paradox. The men who try to pass tests fail them. The men who focus on building a solid inner life pass automatically. Why? Because when your life is full, you don't chase attention. You don't fear silence. You don't argue for validation. You don't lose yourself to approval. And that energy is felt instantly. One last psychological truth. A woman doesn't test a man she's not interested in. Tests are investment filters, not rejection tools. So when tests appear, it's not danger, it's opportunity. How you respond decides everything. If this perspective helped you understand behavior instead of guessing emotions, stay connected. The goal isn't to impress, it's to remain grounded while others lose control. That's where real attraction lives.